So I'm here in my best patriotic shirt.
And we're here with Mike Rogers of Granite Grok, who's hosting a Trump inaugural party, January 20th, 2017, the end of an era, as your sign says. And the party's gone rather well, I think.
I think so. We estimated we were going to get about 40 people. I think that's what we did. We had 2 viewing rooms full of people watching different aspects of the inauguration. We had Fox and CNN on in one room, and we had C-SPAN and C-SPAN 2 on in the other room. And so people were watching various aspects of the inauguration and, of course, the balls this evening. It was fabulous.
Now, as I recall, the last time we talked was before the election. When on election night did you realize that Trump had it?
I think when he got Florida, I began to get hopeful. When he started to close those Midwestern states, I thought he could do it. But it wasn't really until Wisconsin came in that I thought he got it.
And what was your reaction when you saw that?
Well, since more socialism is always a bad thing, I was ecstatic as soon as he won. I mean, you know, we all know that many of us supported other candidates up front. Cruz for his purity in the case of many of us. But Trump knows how to win. I don't know if we'll get sick of all this winning, but he knows how to do things differently, do things outside the box. Everything, including the tweeting, has proven to be not any kind of detriment, but a major asset. He cuts through, frankly, he cuts through the crap.
I think the media has really gone full force to try and stop his tweeting, and I suspect the real reason for this is they realize that their biggest power is the ability to promote stories or leave them as local, and any story now that a conservative writes on a blog can become a national story with one Trump tweet.
Yes, it can, and I don't know whether Trump's going to be tweeting out stuff from local blogs like ours, but any idea that he wants to put out there, he can put out there. And that is a force to be reckoned with, that the media, as I say, they can't bury it anymore. It's not what they choose to promote, it's what they choose to leave out that's had the largest effect.
Now, what did you think of the inaugural speech and the media reaction to it?
Excuse me. I haven't had a chance to pick up much of the media reaction, but I've heard different parts of the speech on its replays, and I've liked it. The only thing that worries me about Trump, it has from the beginning, has been the possibility of going full-out protectionist in terms of trade. I actually agree with him that these agreements need to be ripped up and renegotiated in a much more simple fashion. There is no excuse for a trade agreement that runs to thousands of pages and lots of micromanagement of each other's economies. That is basically giving away sovereignty in order to get a small increase in sales, and it's not worth it. So redoing those treaties and simplifying them is great. Slapping arbitrary tariffs on companies who do something you don't like, that's not really the way to run a railroad or a government. I'd rather have a very simple tax structure with border adjustment than arbitrary tariffs at Trump's pleasure.
Finally, the left has managed to consistently beclown themselves since Trump's election. And, of course, with the protests today and the injuries and so forth, they haven't covered themselves in honor. Do you anticipate them learning the lesson, or do you anticipate them going full social justice warrior in order to appease their base?
Well, the base is even partly manufactured, unless you mean by the base the media and the academics, because you know, the working class that were the base of the Democrat Party have largely been abandoned by it, which is how Trump was able to pick some of them up. Even the various ethnic groups that the Democrats claim as their base have largely been abandoned by the Democrat Party. The fact that there were black commentators, it's one of the Black Panther founders, said in public this week that John Lewis has done nothing for the black community. And this is supposed to be a civil rights icon. So the Democrat Party has done a terrible disservice to to their supposed base. So the question then is, what is the base? What is driving these protests and this trouble? And essentially, it's Soros and his organizations, it's MoveOn.org, it's Center for American Progress, and their various money-moving arms that put cash in the pockets of troublemakers. So the question is, really, does the Democrat Party in Congress have a philosophy of either governing or opposition that makes ideological sense? And can they actually explain it? Even if they can, that gets over the question of the Democrat politicians be clowning themselves. But as for the Democrats in the street, in Hollywood or wherever, I think they're being paid to be clown themselves.
Well, they got to make a living. So Trump is creating jobs even now. Well, Mike Rogers, Granite Grok, thank you so much for your time.
And he's living rent-free in their heads.
Yes, he is. And I tell you, he's made it a lot easier to support him than with the left going nuts on him. Mike,
Super.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much.
Thank you.